Grade 8.
Hey, run that thing up.
Grade 8.
Welcome back to another episode of the Grade A Wrestling Podcast. It's your boy Moose. I got Clips and Ty with me today. How y'all doing?
Doing good. How about y'all?
Gucci, I'm good.
It's been a long time, man. It's been a minute since we did our last episode, so we got a lot to talk about. And you guys see the topic of the episode, man. Wrestlemania is going to be in Saudi next year. And we got Wrestlepalooza we got to react to. No Mercy was just this past weekend. All Out. It's a lot of wrestling to talk about, man. But if you watch it, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the episode and what's your thoughts on wrestling in general in the place that it's in. We're going to start off with No Mercy, of course. We talked about it in our group chat, man. We're going to start with the main event. There is a new NXT champion, man. My boy Ricky Saints defeated Oba Femi in a really good contest. I'm going to let you guys take it away, man. What is y'all thoughts on the match?
I mean, the match itself was good, but
The outcome was not.
yeah, the problem with it is they built Oba up so good that you just wondered who was going to beat him, who was going to take the belt off. Honestly, I told y'all weeks ago, the last time we did the podcast, it's either Evans or he should just vacate the title. Because that's the only person they could have really built up to make it look way believable. Now, yeah, Ricky Starks looks bigger than Javon Evans, but Ricky Starks hasn't really done anything in NXT compared to what Javon Evans was doing. And I just feel like they did it too quick, because even if they were going to go with Ricky, that's fine. Let's let it build up. You feel me? All we pretty much got was them looking at each other while the whole invasion angle was happening. Then Ricky takes the belt off of him. I don't know. I feel like that's a wasted potential. And I don't get it, because I know Oba won't get called up till probably the Rumble, in my opinion. So I don't see why you take the belt off of him this early, even though he's had it for a long time.
Clips?
I agree with what Todd's saying. My thing is, again, like Todd, I just don't think Ricky has any notable like matches or wins to that give him the right to take the belt off of Oba. Like, and not for nothing, also, who's gonna challenge Ricky?
You still got I'm gonna let you finish.
So it's like, for me personally, you built Oba up to be the ruler, and he was literally ruling everybody. You should have just kept it going. I think you literally should have kept it going. To my point, if you was gonna take the belt off of him, I'm not mad. You could have chose Ricky, but Ricky should have built it up more. You gave him the North American title for him to lose it so fast in the blink of an eye. Then there was a stint that he wasn't doing much. And then he wins a couple matches and he gets Oba and then he wins? Come on, man. Not like that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Questions for y'all, man. Before I give my thoughts, what is a key? Let me rephrase it. Does Javon Evans have a key win under his belt that you guys think to yourself like, okay, he deserves to be more in that main event spotlight? Because as far as I'm concerned, between him and Ricky, they both lost major matches that infused that they could have easily won to kind of get them over that hump.
Yeah, I think the difference is, yeah, Evans might not have the key wins as well, but Evans is pretty much
He has the key
undercard.
moments.
Yeah, he's fighting in these undercard matches if you really think about it, and he's showing out. He's making you talk about him after every PLE.
Literally.
Now Ricky had the moments with chasing the North American title and getting it, then losing it. Then his feud that just ended a couple weeks ago. Like he's been pushed up there, and I feel like Evans has been more lower than Ricky, but I feel like Evans just does more than Ricky, in
He
my
gets
opinion.
yes, he definitely does more than Ricky. Yes.
There's more as far as what? Just in-ring ability? Because I don't think that he comes close on the mic to Ricky.
Well,
And
no, Ricky Starks, we know, is goated on the mic.
Like, yeah, he's golden.
so I think
But
that matters too, though.
but selling, you got to sell your feud.
And
I don't think Ricky has been selling any feud. I feel like
Ethan
Ethan
Page?
Page carried their feud, in my opinion.
I don't know about that. I remember we talked about the Great American Bash. They had one of the best. They had the best match on the night, in my opinion.
Yeah, they had a good match, but
The street fight match was really, really good. I don't know, man. I'm not mad at the decision. I always said, and we talked about it, and I'm gonna let Clips take it away. I always said, if it wasn't gonna be Javon, Ricky should be the guy to take it. Now, I love the decision because I'm a Ricky Saints guy. I'm not saying you guys aren't, but I do agree. Probably was a little too sooner than I expected. I was looking more so right around WrestleMania time if Obo's down this that long. But the beauty of this, I think, with the decision, I believe it's a good decision considering if you're gonna move Oba up to the main roster, potentially have him take Sammy's US title, win the Rumble, or defeat Cena. Who knows? Depending on what the plans could be for Oba. But the beautiful part is I think you could tell a story with Ricky and Javon. Where Javon is right now in a good space where he could be that underdog role a lot and be the face. Well, Ricky, we know Ricky's more polished as an overall talent, where he can tell the story being the bad guy or the face. Now, are they going to go down that road? Time will tell. But I don't know. I'm not too mad about the decision. I just was kind of surprised by it. Any last thoughts on the match and the decision?
I mean, it wasn't the worst decision on that PLE. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think our thought process, if we was going into the PLE, would have been swapped, where Oba would retain retain the title in this main event match, and the match prior was going to be a lot different. And we're going to jump right into that. And that was a women's championship match. We had Lola Vice going against JC Jane, and it seems like a mysterious person. I don't think it's Jasmine. It could be Mandy. Who knows? Attacks
Tessa Blanchard.
I wouldn't be surprised at that. But nonetheless, Lola does not win the belt in her hometown, and JC Jane retains. And I have to say, JC has been doing a really good job with this title run. I don't remember having a really bad match with the title yet. Everything has been solid. I'm not saying everything was 5 stars, but it hasn't really been a bad match for the title from her. Well, we know she could talk on the mic. She's been doing a really good job holding the belt. My only question to you guys is, well, 2 questions. First, what was your thoughts on the match and the decision? And then the second part of that question would be, who was going to be the one to beat JC for the title?
Well, I thought the match was good. Like you said, I haven't seen her have a bad match since winning the title, which is a A plus because sometimes it's the other way around. They get the title, then they just have stinkers.
Mhm.
But as far as the decision, I didn't really expect Lola to win here, especially just how NXT is right now in a whole. That's why I kind of thought Oba would have kept it because I wanted to see more of everything pretty much tying into the whole invasion. That's what I thought we were headed for. But it looks like certain stuff is going to be tied in and other stuff is just going to be strictly NXT. Um, but I'm not surprised that JCJ won. Now, I kind of like it because you bring in the masked woman. No one knows who she is, and it adds layers to this whole title run, which I think is the perfect way of doing it. Because at first when she won it, we all thought she had a month tops with the
Yeah,
belt.
I agree.
Um, Now I feel like she can probably carry it into WrestleMania season, in my opinion.
And that's shout out to her. She put the work in. I can't even be mad at it. Clips, what was your thoughts on the match and the decision of the match?
I kind of knew, like, when you kind of thought about it, I kind of figured she was gonna win. I just didn't see Lola Vice winning. Um, she's doing. I would say I'm not gonna. She's not. I'm not gonna say she's doing a bad job. She's doing a good job. I just think that the division is starting to, like, not stale out, but like you got a lot of women there, so you kind of got. I want to see her go up against a top woman there. You get what I'm saying? Like, finally, like, give her a rivalry with the top woman. Like, Lola's been there for a minute and she's always tried. She's put in shown improvement, but we already know she's not ready to take on the reins as NXT Women's Champion. So I just need now, like, now that Jordan and Blake's rival. I'm not.
Monroe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna say their rivalry's ending because I'm not even. I don't think it's over. So, but I would like to see, like, I'm not gonna what's her name?
Jada Parker.
No, Lash. There we go.
That was
Like,
gonna be my next one. I think they're gonna feud first before they move up.
it just, she, like, give her somebody, like, of a top tier woman to, like, have a rivalry with. If we're gonna keep doing this, like, she has a group going up against a single star, and that constantly plays a factor. It's gonna be like, well, repetitive.
Absolutely. Okay. First thing I want to say, this was by far Lola's best match, in my opinion, from start to finish. The near falls, just the reversals, everything in this match is really, really good. She has improved a lot in the ring. When I seen her family in the crowd, I thought they was gonna give her the one up, but it seems like she's not there yet. What I would like to see, honestly, is I would like to see Fallon and JC break up eventually, have a feud. I'm not sure who I want to have the face or the heel yet. Probably have Fallon as the face, as I had to think about it right now. But I would love to see that as a storyline down the line at some point, to tell that story to where JC's going to eventually get called up. Lash Legend will be a great opponent, but at some point, Jada Parker needs the big win. And I believe the best way to tell the story is to have, if you're planning on moving JC up earlier than WrestleMania season, you could do like a 3-way or 4-way match, kind of how you did with Ethan Page when he won the NXT title off a trick in the fatal 4-way match. Have them in a multi-woman match. Jada gets the win. And then you could tell that story with Jada and Lash. I feel like Jada and Lash could tell the story to headline the biggest card of the year right before WrestleMania. I'm Stand and Deliver. I believe Jada Parker and Lash Legend can headline a Stand and Deliver if you tell the story correctly. And that's if you have something planned for Blake Monroe on the side. Because she's at some point we know she's going to be the main person on the women's division. Someone else that I want to talk about, who she's mostly muscle. She's not really good on the mic. Bizarria. I'm waiting for them to eventually tell the story of her being the badass heel and just rip Soul Workers apart. Because at some point she needs to get that rub and that push. You did it with Stephanie and Julia. She was in that same breath of fresh air with them and pushed like the such, and then you just kind of relegated her to tag team. And I want to see a little bit more. I think they can get more out of her as a singles competitor, because I think right now they're just mostly solely pushing Soul as this Diesel and Shawn Michaels kind of rub, and I think Zarya can do a lot more than that. I think Zarya and Blake Monroe can also be a stand and deliver match as well. Kehlani Jordan is getting better, but she's still kind of green to me as far as the overall package. So I don't see her being the person as of yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. With that match, I believe JC's gonna hold it until post invasion. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with Oba for this whole invasion angle that you mentioned earlier, Ty. So that's something I'm gonna look out for as well. But nonetheless, man, I thought that was a great match. I thought No Mercy was a great card overall. We're gonna talk about the other match before we move on to the next set of shows, and that is Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe in the Weaponized Steel Cage match. What was you guys' thoughts on this match? The decision as Jordynne Grace went over in this match, and yeah, I'll let you guys take it away.
Yeah, it was a good match. It's nothing near what she was doing with Toni Storm, but like I said, that Oba decision wasn't the worst decision. This was the worst decision.
Really?
Yes.
Blake should have won.
Because I know what they're doing. Because like Clip said, he doesn't believe the feud's done. It's not done, definitely now. But I believe Blake should have just this should have been Jordynne Grace's goodbye of NXT, in my personal opinion. But the fact that they're gonna stretch it out till who knows how long.
Halloween Havoc?
Probably. But I feel like even longer. But the problem with the Halloween Havoc, you already did a gimmick match. You're gonna do another one?
Honestly, I would not be. I hear you on that too. I think Jordan should have won just to tell the story longer. I thought there's more meat on the bone to tell for the story.
Blake.
Go ahead, Clips.
No, you said you thought Jordan should have won or Blake should have won.
I'm happy Jordan won because I think they could tell another story with this, another layer. I think with Halloween Havoc, they can last woman standing match. I know it's not going to be the most fun stipulation considering you just did a cage match, but I think they could do one more match with this. Now I agree with you, Ty. If they push it post Halloween Havoc, now they're just dragging it at this point. But I'm not mad at Jordan winning just because I kind of had a sense that this was going to be a trilogy, especially because I think their first matchup, Monroe won clean, I believe. So
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I felt like she should have won this one, and to pretty much like, it's difficult beating somebody back to back. First you beat them clean, then you beat them in a gimmick match. A weaponized steel cage match at that, you pretty much end the feud. So I felt like that would have gave Blake all the momentum in the world, but to see her be in this match, especially, unless you're living on a rock, we know what she did in AEW in those type of matches. And the fact that she comes in here and loses that, her first ever one, I don't know. I just don't like the decision. But like you said, they can tell another story. But I'm telling you, Halloween Havoc is right around the corner anyway. So I think it's going to be dragged just a little more out. Probably to like round the Rumble, if I had to guess.
Clips.
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, I was about to go to you. Hear your thoughts.
Honestly, to Ty's point, I feel like Jordan should have won the first match, and Bleak should have won this one, because when you kind of promote it as, and when you watch NXT, they promoted it as like, all right, the good girl gimmick or the nice girl gimmick is gone, and she's gonna be this rabid dog. And granted, it was a decent match, but you lose. That defeated the purpose. She kind of carried the promo leading up. She did carry the promo leading up to the match. So for her to lose, I really just didn't think it made sense. And to another point, I honestly just don't think Jordan Grace needs to be in NXT. I think she's like main roster. Like, I just don't like. She should have had a stint just like Stephanie and Julia. She should have already had like her little win with the belt, move her up, boom. Because she's not green, like, you know what I'm saying. She knows how to wrestle. She's won the NXT, the TNA championship, Knockouts championship. Like,
Your mouth would be combined if you let Ty tell it.
you know. So I honestly just think like they need to like give her the push. She should have already been pushed up. She would have been very useful in a couple of the main roster feuds right now.
Okay. So one thing I wanted to add to what you mentioned and what we talked about a little bit in the previous match with JC Jane and Lola Vice. I'm not gonna spend too much time because we got a lot of wrestling stuff to cover before we get to our blind rankings. My fear is with the woman, and which we have been seeing a lot, a Jordan Grace, a JC Jane, definitely Kaylani Jordan. My fear with them is, yes, you move them up to the main roster, but then what's the plan with them on the main roster? Because as you see with Julia, they are underbooking and underutilizing Julia poorly. They're just starting to build it back up, Valkyrie, when she had a little absence. We seen what they did with Jacob Fatu. So that's just my fear of them moving someone like a Jordan Grace up to the main roster for them not to really fully push them and get the most out of them on the main roster. Because we talked about it every episode almost, it feels like. There's too much women in titles that you have and time on TV for you not to tell a good story with the weekly shows at bare minimum. Even if you're not going to have the most spectacular PLEs, your weekly show should not be this piss poor considering all the talent you have, all the titles you have, and you have all these writers that can tell it, should be able to tell a good story. That's my only fear with moving them up. But everything else, I don't disagree with you guys. Any last thoughts on this?
Nah.
Did any of you guys want to touch on the other matches on the card here for No Mercy, or we can move right along? We did have the North American title match with Ethan Page and Tavion Heights. Obviously, we had the Javon Evans and Josh Briggs opener. And then we had the Speed Championship match with Sol Ruka and Jada Parker. But if not, we can move right along to the next topic.
We can move right along.
I mean, AEW, all out. We're going to switch some gears really quickly, man. We don't have to go match by match, so I'm just going to let you guys pick the matches you want to talk about. What some of the matches that you felt was really strong on the card, what stood out to you guys, obviously, and with that match, did you agree with the decision? So, Ty, Clips, whoever want to go first, I'll let you guys take it away.
I missed that card, so I really don't know.
Okay.
So pretty much, I would say, I mean, it was a good pay-per-view. If I had to pick one match to really talk about, damn, it's tough.
There was a lot of good matches.
Yeah.
What was one that stood out to you the most? That makes it a little easier.
I mean, it depends because we had some returns. We had some surprising, pretty much decisions. Honestly, all right. So I would say that the trios match between the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, that was a fantastic match. And I was very surprised.
Yes, you're gonna say exactly what I'm thinking.
I
Because
was surprised Ricochet and them went over.
I didn't think they should have, but I'm gonna let you continue.
But I see why. Because if we're really, they're technically the reason why her syndicate lost the tag belts, you know. So they do a trios match, and I believe they pinned MVP too. To me, that just screams out that her syndicate needs to add somebody so MVP doesn't have to wrestle in these trios matches.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I feel like if they're gearing up to like a Ricochet versus MVP, where like MVP got to put his career on the line, that would give a lot of heat to Ricochet. And I think that's what they're going for. Ricochet's trying to be a top heel. And I told you, I always gave the Gates of Agony their appreciation. They're very underrated. So that's pretty much a perfect faction right there, because all three of them can be mid and top level guys, but they just need those opportunities.
Absolutely. All right. I would say because there's a lot of matches to choose from. The match that stood out to me and I thought was a really good match. I'm gonna choose the women's championship match, the elephant in the room, obviously. The 4-way Chris Statlander becoming the AEW Women's Champion against Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, and Tequila. I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. My apologies. I'm not mad at Statlander winning. I'm just surprised. Um, she's overdue. Also had some injuries and some hiccups along the way since she's been in AEW. And fun fact, she's the first and only woman at this time until Mercedes does it to be TBS champion and AEW Women's World Champion. So, shout out to Statlander. I don't know. I wasn't expecting Tony Storm to lose in that fashion. It's kind of like how you guys felt with the Oba situation. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I believe if she was going to drop the belt, honestly, I think it would have been the perfect time to do it. It was against Mercedes. However, if you're going to let Statlander win it, I wouldn't have been mad if she won it in a 1v1. The 4-way kind of helps get the steam off of Tony, so that's not a bad thing. I understand why they went that direction. I just don't know what's next for Tony. She might take a break. And I don't know who's going to be next for Statlander. Because, God forbid, it seems like that's been getting pushed. Statlander joins the Death Triangle.
No, she already declined their offer.
Okay, because
It
she's
was a
working.
ruse. Yeah, she won heelishly,
Yeah, with Willer. So I was kind of nervous about that.
but she's clearly a face. So I know they eventually are gonna go down the route um with Mercedes, but not now. They'll probably do it in like a couple more months. Um, but with Tony losing, yeah, surprised. But like she was in one of those situations where it's like, you beat Athena, you beat Mercedes, pretty much beat almost everyone in the back. Like, who else was there for her to pretty much face? That was the issue. Um,
Yeah,
and she doesn't really need the belt. She's great on her own, anyways.
exactly.
So I think I think it was good for it to be refreshing. Um, but as far as who's next, I don't know. We have to see.
Absolutely. One other thing I want to shout out, and then we're going to transition back to WWE briefly, is Kyle Fletcher is going to be the future of AEW. I want to tip my cap to him and Adam Hangman Page. That match was fucking awesome. I can't even lie. I don't know, but sound like something I would even say. But I got to be honest, like Kyle Fletcher would put on a banger, and he's very young too. Like he's not even in his full prime because wrestling is, it's different than any other sport when it comes to prime. But No, that match was phenomenal. And I wouldn't even have been mad if he won over on Hangman because how good it was. But obviously, his time is not right now. He will be champion at some point. And I think he will be champion sooner than later when it comes to comparing him to a Darby Allin. Because I think at this point, Darby Allin's just going to be the heroic, the son of AEW, and put his body on the line like he always does. I don't see him becoming the AEW world champion anytime soon right now, and that's just due to how he's being booked. It's not because of his ability. So that's all I got with that match. If you had anything else to add or say regarding that match or another match for AEW, you're going to transition back to WWE in the main topic of the show, which is TKO and Wrestlepalooza.
We can move on.
All right, man. Wrestlepalooza was an interesting show.
Terrible show.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could just jump right in. We're not gonna hold no cards, man. What was your thoughts on the show? ESPN got rated it as a C. And what was a bright spot of the show if you had to choose one?
You're gonna have to ask me that question in like 25 minutes again because I don't know what was a bright spot. That was the most. It just felt like it just felt like a glorified kind of house show. They didn't really do anything big in my opinion. Brock going over Cena, I guess, but to me, it didn't even need this match. Never needed to happen.
So I know when we first got the announcement, me and you had some words about it, but I agree with you. This match, especially how it was booked, did not need to happen. I was open to it only because I was hoping they would have just gave it a stipulation to where Brock could just beat the hell out of him, and Cena could be the heroic guy and be the phoenix that rise from the ashes and somehow wins. And all it was a spot fest and finisher after finisher, match over. This match could have just happened on Raw, on a souped up Raw go home show, SmackDown, Cena's last stop in Texas or whatever. You didn't have to do this on Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah, I would say the bright spot was the women's title match. That was the only bright spot. And something else I didn't like, their match was good, Cody and Drew. But I don't know, the fact that they prolonged this whole Randy turn, and we know it's coming, soon. I don't know. This whole thing is just annoying. This is not even good product right now. Everything's just, I don't know what's going on.
I said it. AEW's been better lately. It for me in the clips. You can chime in on your thoughts on Wrestlepalooza as well. The show, like you said, it really did feel like a souped up Raw or weekly television show. The tag match between Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker versus the Usos felt meh. LA Knight being a special referee didn't really add nothing to it. The entrance, I love that they brought the old Uso entrance for like 45 seconds. I wish they would have just kept it for the whole entrance. Most of that match was spent with them in the crowd trying to get to the ring. Then you had Stephanie and Io, which stole the show, which was by far the best match of the card. I still stand to this point, Ty. If Naomi wasn't pregnant, congrats to her and Jimmy, she would have beat Stephanie at Wrestlepalooza. But we will never know now. And I feel like the first match back for AJ Lee in the tag match, I felt like the match dragged way too much. Way too much. I'm happy to see her back, but that match shouldn't have been that long. And the main event match felt very Raw-like. It didn't. I was expecting more from a Drew and Cody match. Now, thankfully, it's only their first running. I'm assuming they're gonna have another run at it. I hope, and give us a better performance. Maybe add a stipulation, but definitely an underwhelming match to say the least. And I will say this: for this to be the first ESPN show, this was a horrible product. Like the fact that every match you sit here and was watching 5-minute ads of the logo just spinning with the most annoying instrumental beat in the background was like nauseating. Like we didn't have to deal with that with Peacock. At least they gave us TV show ads. This was just disrespectful. And yeah, I'm not liking it so far. Hopefully we get better product come the next PLE on ESPN, but this is definitely not something I was looking forward to seeing so far. Shout out to Switch with the comment. You're right. It was a little long. Yes, the match definitely dragged more than it should have. Any other thoughts? Appreciate the comment. Oh, he has another comment. That PLE did not make me want to pay for ESPN. Hey, Stephanie McMahon, tell us, get that VPN going, man. As long as I can find a VPN, I ain't paying for that. I'd rather pay for AEW. And to be honest, depending on how the card look, TNA might get my money too. Because the last Slammiversary, when I paid for that, I got my money's worth. Moose, hey. And then we're gonna talk about that in a moment, but because Bound for Glory is looking kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the matches. But Clips, any thoughts on Wrestlepalooza?
Whoop-de-doo. That's literally where I'm standing on it. This was a TKO event for the casual money goers and the people that I guess are new to wrestling, and they're trying to tie wrestling into ESPN and sports overall. So hence why they're doing a bunch more of like wrestlers going to the games and all that other crap. Yeah, just it was mid, to be honest. I don't see why they needed to kill John Cena. I get, like, don't get me wrong, I get Cena puts people over, bro, but you did not need to put Brock. We wasn't thinking about him, bro. Like, no bull. We wasn't thinking about him. I'd rather you'd have thrown AJ Styles and Cena and AJ beat him, cool, or whatever. They have a good match. I just don't think Cena should have wasted his farewell tour on a spot match against Brock Lesnar that we didn't. And you know, I love Brock Lesnar, but we wasn't thinking about him. It was literally pointless. Did not need it. And then the whole Drew and Cody joint, it was a cool match. I ain't mad at it. I'm just tired of these weak ass spots where it's like, yeah, we're about to watch him get kicked in the head and then he hurt his foot or something. Like, just get that shit over with, bro. Like, add a different spot in. I'm just not gonna lie. Like, come on now.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, fam. When the moment Cena came out with all them damn kids, I knew his ass was getting squashed. Nothing ever goes good for Cena when he brings out the kids, bro. I don't remember the last time he brought out kids and he won the match. So I already knew from that point on it was raps.
It's just like, bro, we did not need that, bro. It was so pointless. Waste of a match.
Yes. Moving right along really quickly before we get into our blind rankings and the TKO stuff. TNA has announced some of their matches for Bound for Glory. Obviously, we just got the announcement over the weekend by Ava that we will have an Invasion card, and I think it's October 7th between NXT and TNA. So I'm excited to see the overlay for that as the weeks to come. But right now, we have the Hardcore War match where you have the System versus Order 4, where you have Moose, Carl Hawkins, Fandango, and Eddie Edwards in the crew versus Mustafa Ali in the crew. I think that's going to be a really good match. We have Tito Santana. I was about saying Tino Santana. I'm thinking about old school. Mike Santana going up against Trick Williams for the TNA World Championship, which I think we will finally see Mike bring home the title. Then we have Indy Hartwell challenging Kelani Jordan for the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. I think that should be a solid match. Then you have the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which competitors have not been announced to my knowledge yet. We have one last time, the Hardys versus 3D for the tag titles. And Ty, they did it. It's a tables match. So
Oh, really? Wow. Who would have saw that coming?
so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's a lot better than Cena and Brock's match.
Bro, it's gonna take them 40 minutes to set up a table spot, bro. I'm telling you.
Shout out to the Hardys though. They were just on Constant Not stream, man. So that was dope to see.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Hardys in the table match.
Definitely. And then the match of the night, I believe, and I think we're gonna be talking a lot about this match when it's live. The X Division titles on the line. Leon Slater versus Javon Evans. That is a dream. That is peak NXT right there. That match is going to cook. Give them 20, 25 minutes. I don't care. I'm locked in when that match goes live. So the card's shaping up to be really good so far, man. I expect to have some few matches. People that don't know, the reason why Kaylani Jonah is the Knockouts champion is she just won that Victory Road this past weekend is because Dana Brooke unfortunately had an injury to where she had to relinquish the title. And that's unfortunate because she's really turned around her career. Her in-ring work has been really good. Ash by Elegance has been peak faction for TNA. For her to go down sucks, but I think she's going to be back better than ever. So speedy recovery to Dana Brooke. But yeah, that's the card so far. Now let's get into the main topic, man. Is TKO ruining wrestling? Also, we got Saudi Arabia getting Wrestlemania next year. Not the one that's coming next year, but the following year, 2027. New Orleans is out now, and it seems like TKO is all about the money, man. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this whole situation with TKO. And are they going to slowly ruin what it is that's been a good product up until the last year or so with WWE?
Yeah, we have this conversation every 3 months. They're and the reason why we have the same conversation is because they are ruining it, and they're gonna ruin it even more. So I am telling you, in my personal opinion, once they move Cena's last match from Boston to DC, that's how I knew they do not care about anything.
CRG Pro Sports, appreciate you for the comment, man. Yes, it was a squash match.
So yeah, I just think they're gonna keep on ruining it. There's probably some upside to it. You know, you're gonna get more like dream matches like a AEW does compared to like, what Triple H is really trying to do with these long-term storylines. You're gonna see a lot more quick matches than normal, but you're not gonna see a lot of matches because they love limiting those PLEs, and I don't like it. So,
to be honest, I'm not mad at the 6-card matches, if you're giving everyone proper time.
Bro. This is not SmackDown versus Raw 2006. What do I need a 5-match
Card.
pay-per-view? Come on.
So what's the perfect? So how many matches do you want to see on the card?
At least 7.
Okay, so that's not bad.
Like you have all I feel you have all these stars. You need to use them and build rivalries, and TKO's just having people building the same rivalries, and then we get a couple releases in a couple of months.
So do you feel with the 7-match card tying clips, that means some matches is eventually going to get cut because WWE's still going to push those ads, the long breaks in between. That's the only reason why I wasn't mad at the 5, maybe 6. Well, not 5. They've been doing a lot of 6 to 8 matches already recently. Why I wasn't mad at the 6 because they're already wasting so much time doing all the unnecessary ads. Now, if they could cut those out, then I'm with you for 7 or even 8 matches. Because go ahead.
No, you can keep on.
I was gonna say only because to what we talked about all the time, they got so many titles and so many depth on the roster with the women alone, they can afford to have these matches. to eight card matches. So yeah, what was you about to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't mind the 6 match card, but 2 of those matches can't be no like one-on-one pointless feud. Like, why are they even getting this match on the pay-per-view? That's a waste of time, because then you're forcing these good matches that people actually want to see to be on Raw or SmackDown, and you're gonna have to sit through 2 hours of nothing just to watch that match.
No, that's a fair point. Clips, any other thoughts on TKO ruining the product?
Not really. I kind of knew that this was gonna happen. Like when you give a product like WWE to like TKO, that's kind of full on like sponsorships, brand deals, and things like that. That this is what we was gonna get. Like the whole celebrities, streamers, and trying to get the W product out there to the new age era. It's just, this is gonna what comes with it. It kind of sucks, just because you're kind of watering down and shitting the product a little bit. But I mean, this is the era we in.
Yeah, I agree. I don't hate the whole advertisement side of things. Now I do hate one thing. I do hate. I really hate is all the ads and stuff on the tables and stuff and the rings and all. Like I shouldn't be watching a match watching Angry Orchard in the middle of the center of the ring. I don't want to see that. If I see another fucking Slim Jim icon on the tables, like I don't want to see none of that stuff. However, it's good for the business as far as doing the other things. Like being on ESPN is phenomenal. Having celebrities, always have celebrities. Now you're having the streamers, that's the day and age we're in, coming up to your shows doing different things like I show Speed in the Rumble. I don't hate those things, although I would love the Rumble spot to go to somebody else who's deserving. But I'm cool with that. My issue is the money side of things and just trying to money grab from TKO and that affecting the product, because now you're rearranging so many pay-per-views, you're giving them short windows to build on stories to where everything's feeling rushed and watered down. And then you don't have time to really fully build these mid-card people on the weekly shows to where you could put them on the PLE and it could be a banger match. So that's kind of where I'm at. And then the cost is really the issue. I shouldn't be paying me, Ty, you Clips. We all talked about this. We was trying to do the whole John Cena match in Boston. The fact that you had to pay almost $1,000 just for a middle seat. No, like I'm only sitting down for like an hour, 2 hours max. That if I'm spending $1,000 on a show, I better get backstage access. I better get autographs or something just to sit there and then you're gonna give me the same product I could have watched on TV. Like it's not worth it. And these families who try to give these moments, this is what it's about. One thing I will say when it comes to Vince McMahon is whenever he always kept the prices reasonable for the paying customer, because that's who it's about. They have that experience and have that moment to where they come back. And it's tougher to do that now with all this money. That's why you see Vegas is getting another bid for Mania this upcoming year, because they got the money to spend. Vegas is not a cheap state. Saudi Arabia got money just to throw. They got money like the people got water. Well, most places that got water, but nonetheless, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's just not. It's not for the casual anymore, man, and that's the unfortunate part. Any other thoughts on TKO and wrestling before we go to these blind rankings? All right, we're gonna move right along to the blind rankings list, man. I have a couple. I'm gonna ask you guys to rank 1 through 5. 5 being the worst, 1 being the best. And I decided to do just wrestling matches, all eras. It doesn't matter what era it is. So, if you guys have blind rankings list set up, we can do yours as well. And those watching, make sure to subscribe to the channel and to know your thoughts on which match should be ranked the highest or the worst. So, the first one I have for you guys, I'm gonna do the respectable one before I start trolling. The first one I have is Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. One being the highest,
What you feeling, Clips?
one being the highest, 5 being the worst.
3.
Yeah. Let's play it safe. Let's go to 3. It's a good match, but you got to put it 3 because you never know. And you know if you got some Bret Hart on here, bro,
Yeah.
you know what's up. So
All right. So three it is. Okay. The next match is going to be. I'm playing with the heartstrings right here now. Walter. Yep, that's right. Clips no, not the Gunther now. Walter, big boy, versus Ilya Dragunov, NXT UK.
4.
yeah, 4.
All right. The next match. Sasha Banks versus Bayley, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I had to do it, Ty. We're gonna start with the heavy hitters.
The problem is I don't know what's the next 2 matches you got.
Yeah. I'll let you pick this one, Ty.
Clips is bailing out.
Nah, I don't want to
go to jail. Whoop-dee-doo.
I don't want to throw that joint in 2 because then it's gonna look.
Hey,
I don't want to throw that shit at 5 either.
Exactly. That's what I'm like, yo.
if you go to jail, whoop-dee-doo.
Yo, all right, no, but all right. We're gonna throw that. We're just gonna throw that at 1, bro. We'll just
No.
take
We're throwing it at 2. We're
throw
throwing
that
it at 2.
All right, we'll throw that 2. Fine, fair enough. 2.
Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna like this.
Because
All right.
I know you got something corny in there.
All right. We're gonna find out. The next match is the Revival versus DIY. NXT TakeOver Toronto. I told you, Tom's coming with the heavy hitters for this.
See, I'm telling you, Sasha Banks should have been 1, bro. I feel like they should have been 1, but I know where this is going. I feel like we should put this 1, bro.
Yeah, it has to go 1.
Yeah, I got this at number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. This is also another problem about TKO, by the way, before I announce the last match. Can we get back our WWE Network? Because when I want to go back and watch matches like this, I can't because y'all are removing all the past matches now. And that's bullshit. But nonetheless, the final match on this first blind ranking list, and y'all gonna be sick to y'all stomach because the fact that now this is gonna be 5 is gonna be nasty. The last match is Undertaker versus Triple H.
Oh,
End of an era. Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania 28.
No,
that's by far number 1. For me, at least, that's the number 1.
I don't know about y'all. I'll take that at 5.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take that at 5.
What? Hold on.
I'll take that at 5, bro.
You think that match at 5 is you
I mean, it was good because it was inside a Hell in a Cell, bro.
No, that match was embedded in Walter and Dragunov and NXT UK.
Probably would be. I wouldn't put it at 5. I probably put the Walter and Dragunov at 5, realistically.
Yeah.
And I probably slide that to 4. Honestly,
me personally, the end of it was cool. It was great.
It was just like their before match, just inside of Hell in a Cell.
It was literally called like that's just the thing, and and the fact that you called it an end of an era match made it sentimental. So everybody really sat and was like, "Oh."
But it had the ups and the downs, the suspense, the story, everything delivered. This is peak wrestling. This is everything you will want in a wrestling match leading up to a match. From the story, the near falls, how everything lined up. I will probably this match for me. Now, obviously, the blind ranking is tough, but if I had to rank these 5 matches, I'll have that 1. I want to put Sasha and Bayley at 2, but I'm sorry, Kurt Angle and Shawn. That match at Mania 21 was, and because if you remember, we watched that live on TV. because that was Gold Hollywood when we was some jits. We watched that live. I'll probably put that match at 2. I will put Sasha and Bailey at 3, but that's tough because that Revival DIY match, that's one of the best tag matches I've ever watched in my life. Like pure tag match, no stipulations needed. That match was the Revival is a tag team don't get talked about enough, and for this generation, that's one of the elite tag teams. And then I'll probably have Walter for sure at 5. But next, we're gonna speed through this because I know you guys have some. The next one we're gonna start off with. I'm gonna do the top one. We're gonna do CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell.
2.
You
Honestly,
sure
because
about that?
I feel like this is a troll list. We could,
Three again.
I'll go 3.
Three again.
I'll go 3. Yeah.
Okay. The next match: AJ Styles versus John Cena, Royal Rumble 2017. Yeah, I cooked with these lists. I know with some of these matches, I cooked. But you know me, I'm gonna troll at some point. So
2.
you agree to clips too?
Yeah, I'll say 2.
The next match we have is Earl Hebner versus Nick Patrick. Invasion.
5.
5. Okay.
Yo, that shit was so bad, bro. Oh my god.
We got 1 and 4 left.
The next match is Ricardo Rodriguez versus
4.
Santino Marella.
4. Bro, just say the last one, bro. Just say the last one.
Oh, this is a troll list.
The number 1 match was Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle.
Hell no.
That's not a bad list.
I don't like that as number 1 though.
I would probably say Cena and Styles will probably be 1 for me.
Yeah.
Cena, Styles, Punk. I think the reason why I probably put Punk and Drew over Gunther and Sheamus is because of the stipulation that helped the match. But yeah, for sure. All right, I got 2 more, and I'm gonna let you guys go if you have any before we wrap up the show. The next one I have is Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, WrestleMania 39.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 it is. The next match, Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack, Backlash 2004. This was the hardcore match. This is Randy Orton's You Earned Your Stripes match.
This is a good match.
Damn good match.
I'll take that at 2. I'm not mad at it. That was a good match.
Okay. 2 it is. Next, we have I said these 2. All right. Next, we have Braun Strowman and Nicholas versus The Bar, WrestleMania 34.
5, bro. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
That's dead ass 5.
5. He squashed them with a 10-year-old, bro.
One of the worst WrestleManias I ever watched in the modern era, because there's some bad ones in the golden age. Okay, 5 it is. Next, we have Cameron versus Naomi on Raw, September 15th. I had to go on my bag. I had to go on my
What
bag.
were you thinking when this popped up in your head? That's a deep pull, bro.
Bro, I had to go on my bag for this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I could have made like
bullshit. Hear me out. That match was actually fire, bro, because it was real.
Yeah, but I was just like,
that was a baddies match, Clips.
Yeah, the story was there, bro.
It was really there
from
real life.
From the Funkadactyls, bro, to Total Divas. The story was there, bro. I'm telling you.
Listen,
we'll put it at 3.
I had to really go on my. I could have made like 5, 6 more of these. There was so many matches I could have choose from, good and bad. But let me just do 4. Okay, so then the last match. Let me make sure I said Cameron, Naomi, Braun.
This is our number 1.
So number 1, you guys will be okay with this. SummerSlam 2013, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Cool with that.
Yeah,
All right. Here's my last one, and then I'll let you guys take it away. I'm going to start off with the troll match. Goldberg versus The Fiend, Crown Jewel.
5. Shouldn't even be ranked. Yeah, nah, bro.
Long live my guy
they-
Bray, man.
Yeah,
But
they buried
that was bad.
buried everything. That one match.
Next, I guessed it. Bret Hart versus Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13.
What you feeling, Clips?
I knew Ty had to think about it. Like, wait, Wolf is giving me that match too early.
We'll go 2.
Yeah, we'll go 2.
Okay. The next match, Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler,
4.
SummerSlam.
4.
The next match,
He laughing. He laughing.
I'm trying to fuck up this. I'm trying to mess up this order for y'all, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I did this wrong. I should have said them differently, so it's not going to matter. The next match is going to be Finley and Hornswoggle versus Boogeyman and Little Boogie. No Way Out.
Whoa, I didn't even know that was a match.
3. I knew it was a match.
It's a forgettable one.
I used to telling you, bro. Back then, as a jit, bro, used to be watching these pay-per-view highlights, bro. Pull
On
up
YouTube.
the No Way Out highlights, and you just see Hornswoggle, Finley, then Boogie and Lil Boogie, bro. Oh my god, bro. Still better than that Ronda Rousey match, I'll tell you that. So put that at 3.
3. All right. And then the number one match you guys will be perfectly fine with. NXT TakeOver, New Orleans. Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm fine with that. That's cool.
Chef's kiss.
That's cool.
That match was phenomenal. All right, so that's it for me with the blind rankings. I'll probably do some more next week's episode, but I'll probably do peaks for wrestlers. We'll see. Depends on what I can get done in a matter of time. All right. Anyone here have any blind rankings that they wanted to do, or we can wrap up the show?
I got one for finishers.
Finish. Oh. All right.
So we're gonna start off. Let me think, because I wanna do what you did, and you gotta say it right. You feel me? So let's go. Let's go Batista Bomb.
Batista Bomb, finishers. What you thinking, Clips?
4. Shit was really mid.
Yeah, let me put you in one day. You better tuck that chin.
It wasn't mid, but it was just,
that whiplash is crazy.
to the finishers I think he has in his mind. I'll put that as 4.
I know he got the weak ass spear on this, so I'm expecting that. But I'm gonna go 4 with you. I can go with that.
All right, next we're gonna go. Let's go coup de grace, Finn Balor.
Ooh.
5.
5. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5.
Okay. 619.
No
3.
more. I'll put that at 3. I just thought when he was small doing that shit back, and now he's kind of burly and fat. But he was young doing that shit. That shit was so hard, bro.
You're gonna have to just try to block your face as quick as possible when you take it.
So hard. Yeah.
I'm thinking about the difficulty as the person giving it, pause, and the person that's getting hit with the finisher. So I'll say 3.
Yeah, sure. So these next two's 1 and 2.
Yep,
All right.
yep.
Let's do. Damn, y'all be fine. Yeah, y'all be fine. Yeah. We're gonna go rock bottom.
2. I would have put that motherfucker at 5 if I knew.
Okay.
I'll put that shit at 1. I ain't going. I'm a rock.
You want to go 1?
Nah. Well, it don't matter now because it's in the change.
We can go 1. I think you're gonna have something better, but I'm cool with that being 1.
So y'all going 1 or 2?
Nah, let's go 2. Let's go 2.
2? You sure? Yeah, we're gonna go 2.
All right. So y'all number 1 finisher, and y'all gonna be happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
The Cobra.
Yo, no, I should have put that bitch on. I fucking knew it. I had to think of Tito Morelli. Oh, bro.
Yo, the Cobra is crazy.
Yo, that's hard.
Hey, it's safe.
That's
Safe
hard.
one. Damn. Yeah, you got us with that one. I was not expecting that.
Okay.
You got another one, or that was it for you, Ty?
Nah, that's all I had for finishers.
Clips, you got one?
Yeah, I got one for finishers. I got like 2 realistically, but we're gonna go finishers first. But it's the person doing it as well.
Okay.
So take that into effect. So all right, we're gonna start off with RVD's 5-star frog splash.
I want to go 3 with this.
Because we got to go 3 to be safe, but my heart says 2. Because it is up there. So even if he got some other stuff, I can argue the 5-star frog splash. Because like he said, it's the people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That hang time. Whew.
I ain't gonna lie, Montez's frog splash is beautiful. But yeah, I'm cool with 3 to be safe.
All right, we'll be safe. We'll put it at 3.
All right. We're gonna talk about now. Shout out for my older wrestling heads. We're gonna do my boy Evan Bourne in the the shooting star press.
5, 4 or 5.
I was gonna say Billy Kidman, but he Evan Bourne kind of did it better, so I'll say that.
All right, so if he got the frog splash and he got the shooting star press, that means clearly this is some high flyer finishers. All right.
What you thinking? 4 or 5? Because Evan Bourne.
Don't get caught up on the high flyers. I just like high flying niggas. So I was just thinking that, but it's all finishers in general.
5. We're gonna put it at 5.
We can go 5.
All right, Shawn Michaels' Sweet Chin Music.
I might put that bitch at 1. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, there's only a few that's really, really better.
Boy, how he caught Shelton and Ray off them ropes?
We'll go 1.
Braun Breaker Spear.
4.
I'm about to say I don't think he has the best spear, but he got the best running right now in WWE. But Ty says 4. I don't know. I might go 2 because I know Clips might have something up his sleeve.
It's up to you.
Nah, Braun Breaker though.
His shit is hard. I fuck with his shit.
It's the speed you get.
Yeah, nah, his spear is good, but like,
I'm just thinking Clips. I'm thinking about Clips. I think he's gonna have some bull jive.
Yeah, so you know him better, so we'll put that too.
Yeah, the way I ain't trying to get caught twice like you caught us with that damn Cobra.
And then last but not least, my boy Jeff Hardy.
I knew it.
Tom Bone, boy.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm cool with what is that at 4?
Yeah, but we should have swapped the spear and the swanton bomb. I think that would have been a perfect list.
I might be outlier. I'm cool with Braun being over him.
But over the Frog Splash 2, though?
Frog Splash is at 3. Oh, I see
Yeah,
what you're
but
saying. I
we're
see what you're
putting
saying.
Braun at 2. We're putting him over the Frog Splash in the swanton bomb.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I'm with you. But I mean, the way he speared Carlito's ass, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah, his spear is
That
tough.
boy be
But
levitating.
I'm like, yo, son, this is what I told you. I'm like, he got 5-star Frog Splash in the shooting star press. I'm like, swanton bomb's definitely coming up, bro.
That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Let me know you're ready because this is a match list.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so we're gonna start off with something fairly relatively new. We're gonna go Swerve and Hangman.
Which one?
2023 Full Gear.
I don't remember. There's been so many of their matches, and they all was bangers. That one probably was that the one he was stapling his head or something? Because they always doing something gruesome.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a really good match. Ty, what you thinking? I'm thinking 2, maybe 3.
We're gonna put it at 3.
3 it is.
All right. Now this is a classic. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, TNA's Unbreakable in 2005.
The Ultimate X or the Triple Threat?
Triple threat.
Oh, see, I'm biased. I'll say 4.
4?
I think he's gonna have something better. I'm not gonna lie. If he would have said the Ultimate X match with AJ, Chris Sabin, Kazarian, them boys, he might have had me. I ain't gonna lie.
But that triple threat fire though.
That was Daniels. Christopher Daniels is so underrated. The BME with the Fallen Angel, he used to come up. Yeah, bro. See, you about to make me go back and watch 06, 07 TNA, bro. Which one?
We'll go 4. We'll go 4.
You want to go 2 with it?
Actually, we'll go 2. We'll go 2.
2. I ain't gonna lie. If he put that American Most Wanted cage match up there when my dad Skipper did the walk across the cage, that's going 1 alone just off of that. All right, what's next?
All right, we going.
I didn't think about TNA matches. He went in his bag for that. I didn't think about TNA matches. By the way, the Dolphins and the Jets are playing right now. Miami's debuting their I don't know if they call midnight jerseys or not. But.
Johnny Gargano versus my boy Andrade and NXT TakeOver Philly.
Oh, I was thinking about using that match actually. I'm cool with that being at 4.
Yeah, that's going 4, but that's a fire.
That was a good match. I was gonna use that on my list.
That's 4 for you guys? Wow.
Because we can't put it at 1.
Nah, that's fair.
Depending on how your list is going, I might have been cool with putting that triple threat at 1, but we'll see what the next 2 gonna be.
Let's go. Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryan, Wrestle Dream 2023.
Shit. 1.
Yeah, you gotta put it at 1.
I don't know because we only got 5 left.
Yeah, but then we put it at 5. We only got 1 left.
I love how you guys did this list too, but I appreciate it. 1 and 5 at the last. Oh, you gotta choose.
Yeah, he cooked on this one. I can tell.
You gotta choose.
We could put it at 1 if you want. I'm cool with that. I don't think it's 1.
Put it 1.
But we could do that. I think he's gonna say something better.
Yeah, but this at 5. But
I'm
do you
not
think
gonna lie. The match was cool, but I don't think it's better than Joe, James, and Styles.
it's not? But it's
Yeah,
not.
we don't want to put that 5. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what's 5, man?
5 is Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay in Forbidden Door 2023.
That match was fire. Was it better than Daniels though? Nah, I'm cool with that being 5 is low.
Yeah, 5 is.
Yeah. See, my thought process. I should have just said Andrade and Gargano at 5. I swear I should have said. I would have put that out at 5. I would have probably moved Christopher Daniels.
Nah, we probably should have put. Yeah, we should probably should have put Hangman Swerve at 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad though. I'm cool with the list though. It ain't Santino at 1, so I'm cool with it. Was that the last one you had, Clips?
Yeah, the other one I had, I kind of messed it up because I was trying to do specific like triple threats, but I kind of messed it up.
All right. So that's gonna be it for today's show, man. If you made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on our blind ranking list and on whether or not TKO's ruining wrestling and your thoughts on the weekly shows thus far and the upcoming PLEs. Stay tuned because we'll be coming up with another episode very soon, as well as the Pick 6 podcast we're resuming for this past week's games as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Stay sharp, stay elite, stay grade A. We see you guys in the next one. Peace.